To understand the operating engine of the modern Mediterranean, we start in Jerusalem. Millennia-old limestone infrastructure engineered for historical siege and defense. A short drive west reveals Tel Aviv, a hyper-concentrated startup shield known globally as Silicon Wadi, projecting modern technological power directly onto the Mediterranean coast. Operating inside this defense-oriented tech engine requires navigating some of the highest consumer prices recorded on the planet. The baseline economic data is severe. Tel Aviv consistently ranks in the top 5 most expensive cities worldwide, matching the daily costs of elite financial hubs like New York and Zurich. Securing a modest, functional one-bedroom apartment in Tel Aviv or central Jerusalem demands between $1,500 and $2,500 a month in rent. Transacting in the local currency, the new Israeli shekel, basic survival runs at a premium. A standard casual sit-down dinner easily drains up to $35 from the average wallet. This lifestyle is an active calculation, where the daily financial burden is weighed against the specific output of the nation's tech engine. The capital sustaining this expensive reality is generated by a localized, aggressively optimized economic engine, the Silicon Wadi technology sector. This wealth is driven by 4 highly specialized industries: cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, military tech, and biotech. This chart compares national income brackets. Median corporate tech salaries form an economic upper crust, ranging from $4,500 to over $7,500 monthly. But outside of this elite tech bubble, local consumer prices heavily squeeze average income earners. The expansion of this elite sector has reset the national baseline, effectively pricing out those who are not tethered to the high-tech expansion. Protecting this economic output requires an intense security apparatus, starting the moment you land at Ben Gurion Airport. Borders run on a paperless system. Instead of physical passport stamps, travelers are vetted through security questioning and issued digital gate pass cards to bypass regional travel restrictions. Once inside, the civilian environment operates under a permanent state of high geopolitical alert. This tension is mitigated by an active military overlay. Cities are blanketed by comprehensive missile defense shields, most notably the Iron Dome, built to track and intercept inbound threats over populated skylines. This defense architecture penetrates directly into the domestic sphere. Almost every modern apartment features a mamad, a mandatory, heavily reinforced bomb shelter built right into the living space. Yet, this intense militarization yields a surprising domestic byproduct. Street-level crimes, muggings, and petty thefts are exceptionally rare. It is the primary trade-off of the Israeli operating system. Citizens pay a psychological tax of armed checkpoints and warning sirens to secure a nearly pristine level of physical safety on their own streets. To survive that constant pressure, the population relies on cultural release valves, beginning with Tel Aviv's massive 24/7 beach lifestyle. The local workforce heavily leans on a globally elite Mediterranean culinary scene to decompress. Daily fuel is sourced from national staples like rich hummus, fresh falafel, and shakshuka, eggs poached directly in a spiced tomato and pepper reduction. The frantic pace of the week hits a hard stop every Friday at sunset. For Shabbat, the entire nation forces a shutdown. Public transport halts, business ceases, and the streets empty out for mandatory rest. Geographically, the ultimate release valve lies in the deep desert. Sitting 430 meters below sea level, the Dead Sea is nearly 10 times saltier than the ocean. It creates a natural biological density that forces the human body to effortlessly float on the surface. This combination of intense hedonism, rigid traditional downtime, and extreme physical geography provides the psychological release required to endure a high-alert security state. This is the reality of the Israeli ecosystem. It is an economic pressure cooker, maintained by relentless, military-grade defense innovation. It operates with a stark internal division, an elite class of tech workers thriving inside a highly capitalized bubble, while standard earners absorb the financial realities of a premium economy. The structure yields a tangible result: the maintenance of exceptionally low street crime within a high-energy Mediterranean culture. Would you pay New York prices to live inside the world's most high-tech security shield? Let us know in the comments below. Next stop, Italy, the historical cultural empire of Southern Europe. Subscribe to stay real.